Hello.
Hi.
Well, that was fun.
That was weird. I have no idea why I did that. And at first I was like, why is she repeating herself? Is she doing that to make sure I can hear her? Then I saw your mouth was not moving. I was like, oh no, what is this? Hi, Stetson.
How's it going?
Oh, it's going.
Yeah, that's good.
Stetson,
Okay.
you have a similar acquaintance.
Similar acquaintance?
We do.
Who's that?
You know a Jeff Lord?
Oh yeah, I know Jeff Lords. He was my like a PE teacher. He was in Buell, and I think he was a principal for a little bit.
Yeah, that dates me.
He's in Preston now.
Yes, he is. We were at Rick's College together.
Okay.
You're still at Rick's College.
I am. He was a roommate with my cousin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like Jeff. He's a great guy.
Yes, he is. He is a great guy. We were there.
Small
we were there
world.
the year that his parents died.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And yes, it is a small world. That's crazy.
So do we not have to do the society in the workplace because all of us have been a leader twice?
I don't know. Somebody asked that on the discussion post.
Has he not responded to it yet?
No.
Let me see if he has since then. Nope. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say I'll upload this, but we'll discuss it, but nobody will be a discussion leader and nobody will turn anything in. And then if he asks, I'll explain why. So that was the understanding we had. As long as we get the concept, I don't see him having a problem with that because he's pretty chill.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's discuss this. And guess what I haven't done?
You haven't done the reading?
What?
I haven't either.
One thing that I did notice, both of the quizzes are due tomorrow night. Just to give you a heads up.
Thanks for that. Thank you. I did not know that.
The quiz for the first reading that's normally due on Wednesday nights.
Yeah.
You have to make a sketch of what you think your office workplace should look like, and then you have to write a paragraph about it.
What? That's for the other quiz?
Yeah, that's for the quiz that is normally due on Wednesday.
How do you make a sketch of it?
You have to make a sketch and then download it, scan it, whatever in.
Interesting. I would say clean. Like I would draw a picture of my current workspace with little sparkly cleanness all over it. I like my workspace.
If you read the 2 articles that you have to read, you'll understand they're talking about having one big open room that everybody works in.
Interesting. Okay, so you mean like an office space, like multiple people, not your home office kind of thing?
Well, yeah, or it could be your home office too, because that's kind of the first article is about working from home. It is all really it is interesting. I read it right before we started.
Okay, well, I'm not seeing the read, like I have the The Boss with No Office, and the Harvard Business Review, Third Wave of Virtual Work. But is that all our reading?
Yeah. Well, for that one, there's 3 readings for tonight for our discussion part of it.
That was the oh, I see it. Okay, yeah, I finally found it.
And the quiz on that is also due tomorrow.
Well, let's talk.
Interesting.
It's basically just talking about how to deal with your personal life in the workplace.
Oh, interesting. Now that'll be really interesting to see in the doohickeys.
Yeah.
That'll be kind of fun, actually, I think.
So I missed last week talking about the doohickeys. What are we doing?
So we paired up. I think I posted it on Facebook. Let me go look back and see.
You did. You put me with, I think, Jordan.
Okay, so you guys are working together to create your section, and then you need to have that into me like Friday.
Okay.
So it's only 3 solutions this time instead of 4.
But we still need 2,300 words, and that is not proportionately accurate.
Yeah, but so I was just saying for them, one of them could take 1 solution, the other one take 2, or I don't know if he'll dock us if we have more than 1 solution.
I'm getting the impression that I have a friend in one of my other classes who's taken this course from another teacher, and they pretty much just really want you to talk. They like it when you just are long-winded. So be long-winded.
Well, I have my part done. I have 1,302 words, so.
Oh, I love you.
And then I'm gonna send it to Sean, and then I guess he can do whatever he wants to with it. If he wants to add something, or I don't know.
Awesome. Awesome possums. I'm not seeing. Yeah, I saw the email this like a few minutes before you posted that on Facebook, by the way, about the 2 problems and the 2,300 words and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I wish we had known about the word limit the first doohickeys problem. I would have really liked that A.
It's okay. Live and learn.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to find that pair up discussion thing that I wrote.
It's okay. I did see that. So Jordan and I are doing this week's topic. Okay.
Yeah, so try and get that into me by Friday, because so here's the thing. There is a chance I should hopefully know tomorrow if I have a job, but that job may require me to be gone all week next week. So I'm trying to get all my finals done this week so I don't have to do them all next week in case I'm in training all week.
Right.
So I'm a little frustrated because half of my classes require me to work with somebody else whose schedule isn't necessarily as pushed back as mine is. Okay. The third wave of virtual work. What was that one about? Did you read that one, Shelley?
I did. Let me go back and look and double and refresh my mind. Okay. Which one did you say?
The Harvard Review one. The third wave of virtual work.
Oh, okay. I think that one, let me bring it up. that one was kind of talking about putting, oh, let me look at it again. I think I'm getting the two confused that I read. I think it is.
It looks like it's about doing virtual work and working from home.
Right. And then it's also talking about going and doing a kind of a, they're calling them hubs, and they just take an empty work office or whatever and turn it into where anybody that works from home can go to this place
and have secure internet access.
Well, yeah, and they were finding out that people they miss the social part of working in offices, I guess.
Yeah.
And so they were talking about evolving it and changing it into, they don't have to go to the work office, but they have another
like a
place that they can go to that possibly has people in the same, not in the same business, but kind of on the same line of work.
Yeah, like a coffee shop kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. That's interesting.
It is.
What do you think about that, Stetson?
I don't know. I didn't really read those ones.
Yeah, but like if you just heard about, this is the first time I've ever heard of that urban setup. But
yeah.
What would you think? Like if you went into a building and there was a bunch of people doing work but kind of chatting and just hanging out while they're working, what would you think?
I know I wouldn't get anything done.
Right?
Like for me, that wouldn't be the kind of environment I'd want to work in. Because like I go up to the crossroads sometimes, and if for a group meeting and just the noise and everything else, it's like I can't do that. Like even here at my house, I gotta come in this room and shut the door, and even my wife's on the phone or something. I gotta be in like solitude to be able to get anything done.
Yeah, you're not the kind of guy that has to have the radio on when you're reading or the TV on in the background or anything like that, huh?
No,
I'm not either.
I'm too easily distracted. So I mean, for some people it'd probably be great, and some people probably enjoy that. The being able to, maybe it's a stress reliever for them, or they, where they can just sit there and turn to someone and talk for a second, and then or ask questions. But for me, that's not how I'm a loner. I like to do things on my own, and so.
Yeah, I can do that way too. What is that reverb? Is that my mic?
It might be. I don't hear it now.
I don't hear anything.
Oh, that's not good. Well, we're just gonna hope for the best.
You're fine now.
Okay. So what kind of let's go to the doohickeys problem and help you figure out like how you're gonna write this up. What would you say is the problem with doohickeys that would apply to, I kind of see this not working. Like this doesn't really apply to doohickeys just because of the fact that they're warehouse, that all the work has to be there. That's where the product is.
Right. But on the other hand, in the other part of this week, which is
the drug abuse and the divorce and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Got it.
That part, society in the workplace, what we could use easier with the doohickeys rather than the place of work or whatever it was. Because I was trying to think as I was reading how to put this in with the doohickeys, and I have no idea.
Yeah, I think I think it's going to have to be the other part of it because the other one really doesn't. I guess there are technically ways that people could work from home, but the vague inclination I have about it is like the people who stay home and sew the teddy bears
Yeah.
and mail them in, and they get paid based on the quality of the teddy bear kind of thing.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of that would even affect that. So
Yeah, because all specific thing or a specific case or whatever point story that goes along with each of our topics, but this one doesn't have one in there.
yeah. So I would say I would aim toward the other part, the society and the workplace, and go into great depth, like really good depth about each solution. We need 1,000 more words.
Right.
So if you can fit in those 1,000, that should put us.
You're really going to stretch me.
Well, and you're working. You got
You got Jordan, and he's
Jordan
awesome.
too. So you'll split your deal with him. So you'll probably have to meet with him or message him or something, and just get maybe just figure out your solutions, and then figure out which ones you want to do, and then kind of do that. I was just reading through it. I didn't know, because like the other part, like it talks about like the divorce and the substance abuse and stuff like that. I was just reading through the Doohickeys case to try to see if there was any issues with that.
Yeah, and I didn't really see anything saying that they bring their personal life, I guess, into it.
Yeah.
Wasn't there? Did they not discuss anything about relationships between people within the company? I thought I vaguely recall that, but that doesn't. I'm running on 3 hours of sleep right now. I'm a little tired.
The only thing that I can think of is where it's talking about a woman that went to the human resource and said that there was constantly telling crude jokes around her.
That might be what I'm confusing with it.
Yeah. And that went with with the sexual harassment one that we had to talk about.
Okay. Well,
I would talk about like lazy and unmotivated employees. I mean, maybe by changing the way that they're doing things, maybe that will get them more motivated. They're like their workspace. Maybe rearranging that could be a way to get them more motivated, I guess.
Well, and it talks about too in the reading to set up a I don't even remember. It was an EAP. I can't remember what that stood for.
Okay.
But it's basically an accounting, or not an accounting, a counseling.
Accountability type thing?
Yeah, well, and a counseling place that they can go to talk if they're going through a divorce, or let me see if I can find it.
Employee assistance program. Once an employee shares his personal situation with you, direct him to appropriate resources such as the employee assistance program or other appropriate individuals or departments.
Yeah, so that would be like where the girl comes to him and says, she feels like she's being harassed or whatever. Then it's like sending her to the appropriate where she can
Yeah.
find help for that issue.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to say what I would suggest, because they didn't specify anything within doohickeys, just maybe add it on as if it's an extra benefit on behalf of HR. That it's not necessarily something that we've seen a problem with, but in order to prevent a further problem with this, because this might have been overlooked because of all the other things that we've seen in our scenarios so far, that just to kind of add this extra little kick for our employees, we're going to offer these services, or do these things to help prevent this from becoming a problem.
Okay.
That's what I would suggest.
This one article is really good. It talks about when employers make room for work-life balance. Because it talks about like how people end up getting their job done, their work time revolution, you know, how they want balance in their lives. So, I mean, that could be, because it, you know, that could be something where it talks about everyone's tired and they're always complaining about how they don't get time off. Like maybe the manager needs to say, hey, we need to give more time off so that they can spend time with their families, or, you know, more vacation time or something like that.
Now, it might behoove you to go and read the doohickeys that we've already turned in, because they will give you an idea of what we've already established that you can hint at. Like, for instance, I know we already mentioned vacation time. Well, increasing it is a part of this new program, and this new program will include such and such and such and such that we've already mentioned, and this. So you can really play off of some of that other, what's already been said.
Yeah, okay, we'll do that.
Yeah, I feel like even if it's not in the doohickeys deal, like any of the other solutions that you feel like, if you could just like apply it to anything, or say like this would be beneficial for them to implement this because of this and this, you know, it'd be beneficial to the employees or something, just because that one's kind of tough, because like there's nothing really in the doohickeys that stands out like, oh, so-and-so has a drug issue or substance abuse, or so-and-so's going through a divorce. Like, you know, maybe it's just
you might do I think it's this. Is it this? I don't know what part of my mic is actually reading. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
Yeah, I like that one. I just think that there's got to be ways to make this work without it feeling too forced.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because here's the thing. If you force it, I'm just going to end up having to rewrite it. So I'm kind of like, okay, because that's, to me, that sense of completion is really important, of uniformity. So I can't have one section really forced and others not. So I want to make sure we have an idea of how you could proceed, especially since Jordan's not here tonight, to kind of give him something to play off of.
Yeah. Well, I'll message him in the morning then, and we'll get it figured out.
Good. Okay, guys, I'm thoroughly exhausted, and I still have so much homework to do tonight.
Okay.
Well,
I was hoping to get Tony. I think you're good, and I think we'll be all right. I'm not worried about it.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
Okay.
It's done, and get it over to you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Just attach a Word document. We don't need to do the Google Docs thing. Just attach the Word document.
Okay.
I'll take care of it from there.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll do that.
Awesome.
Okay. We'll see you later.
Good to know.
Goodbye.
Bye.